There we go. So you should be able to see this, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, and those who identify under that Technicolor banner, welcome to OOFS, Out of Fuel Simracing. We are a Le Mans Ultimate League based in North America. I am Nitin Murthy. I will be your host today, and joining me in the commentary booth is Jesse Olson. Jesse, good to have you here, and I, for one, am excited to finally start our season. How are you feeling tonight?
Thanks for the intro. I'm excited to be here. Man, I'm just catching up here on this track map you got put up here. I'm excited to start this season. This is our first race of season 3, but I think it's also our very first broadcast. So just wanted to put that out there. Congratulate OOFS, and thanks for bringing me into the gantry with you. Happy to lend a voice here alongside. Even excited to see what happens tonight. It should be shaped up for a good one.
Yes, indeed. And of course, we are today's race. We're heading to Portimao in southern Portugal in the hilly bends of the Autodromo Nacional Algarve for the first round of season 3, like Jesse said, and the first ever round of our sprint championship, in fact. The format today, GT3s only, 30 minutes, no pit stops. So it's a full push from lights to flag. I'm sure we will get some intense battles, and I can't wait to get started. So, to go quickly over the track and where you expect to see some stuff, as you can see the track map on screen. The big action zones starting out with turn 3 and to turn 5, 2 hairpins going in opposite directions, which gives good opportunities for drivers to switch back. The zone from turn 8 to turn 11, turn 8 being a very tricky off-camber corner, you'll see some of that, and you'll see our drivers sometimes struggle to get a good exit out of that corner, which sets up a move into turn 11. And for the last 2 corners as well, quite tricky to set up to get the best move. And in the GT3, the last corner, not quite flat out. So that gives a lot of opportunities going into the first corner.
I think that last corner is key there, because it's such a long run. Basically, from turn 14 all the way down to all the way down the front stretch, you're going to be almost flat. It's going to be whoever can minimize the time that they are off the throttle through that last corner to get the big run down into turn 1. So that'll be interesting to watch people set that corner up, especially early on, because as far as I know, we're not running tire warmers. Is that correct?
We're not running tire warmers, no. So yeah, the first few laps are going to be interesting.
Yeah, so expect to see some action down into turn 1 as people try to bring the tires up to temperature and manage the last corner. Turn 1, it's a fast corner, but it's also a pretty heavy braking zone because you carry so much speed. And the exit of it is wide, but it's really easy to get it off track at turn 1 to get an incident against your count there. So those who be aggressive there may be rewarded, but there may be repercussions of that risk.
Indeed, it's always a balancing act for our drivers to figure out how much do you want to send it. So, joining our drivers tonight, so Jacob Palmieri, one of the alien level drivers that we see from time to time here at OOFS, joining us tonight for this opening round. Going through turn 11 on his first flyer. First purple in his first 2 sectors. And we'll see him complete his lap and hopefully set a benchmark for all of our drivers here.
Yeah, this qualifying round is going to be tricky, right? So we're on a 10-minute timer here for qualifying. But as we said, the tires will not be getting blankets to get warmed up. So what that means is everybody should be getting faster as the session gets towards the end. So we should expect to see these times keep coming down, and it'll be interesting to see who can take advantage of the tire when they're at their premium and not overdo it on the last lap or 2.
Yes, indeed. Jacob Palmieri, of course, setting the initial pace with the 144.9. Yours Butkus right behind him with the 146.1. Like Jesse said, we will be seeing some tire temperature come into these tires over the course of the session. So whoever can time that last run, that last dash of the checkered flag and get across it with the least time remaining will stand to benefit a lot from the condition of the tires.
Do you think there's anything they can do to prep the tires? Should they be driving flat out as if they're qualifying from lap one, or are they doing things to basically ensure they have the best tire at the best possible time?
Yeah, exactly. You really want to try and maximize the tire condition, right? Like, they take about, and this track is like what, 3-4 laps maybe before they're in the right spot. I'm sure like people will do stuff like dragging the brakes to try and get the brakes nice and warm, so that warms up the tire a little bit faster. But also, whatever you do, you kind of have to take those first 3 laps as if they're bankers. You just want to get a time and you don't want to push it too hard, which honestly makes it extra impressive when someone puts in lap times like this on their first lap. That's an ominous sign for the rest of the field.
Yeah, to see Jacob going for it early out of 44.9, that's fast. I don't know. For reference here, I think we'll probably see sometimes in the 44s, possibly a 43. To see that 44 this early is quite just now a low 44 from Jacob, now 44.1. So knocking on the door of the 43, like I just said. But we've got such a big field here. We're gonna see times, competitive all up and down. Probably, from the front of the pack, we'll have a few people fighting there. Mid-pack battles should be strong, and even back of the pack battles will be strong. Just with the speed of all the drivers here. So, with all these cars on track, it's going to be a hairy beginning to keep an eye on.
Yes, indeed. Just watching this lap on board with Jacob. You see, even in turn 5, he's just so precise with the inputs. Like, he knows where to put that car, regardless of where the tires are at, and he's just so confident on throttle immediately. Out of that, like I said, tricky turn 8, you can see the car almost wants to go out towards the gravel. And as he goes to turn 10, nice braking point there. Still keeping it very
That might
controlled.
be that might be the trickiest corner, because as you see, you're coming uphill to a blind right-hander, and it's just the car is moving weight already to the left, and you're asking it to slow down and turn at the same time. It's just a very awkward corner, but when you get it right, you get it right and it feels good. Very rewarding corner when you execute it right.
So Jacob coming up to the final corner. He has been improving his sectors, both purples again. He's got some competition up behind, so he's gonna have to push to the line. And it's gonna be a 1 minute 43.9.
Oh, yeah, there we go, 43.9. Well, Jacob got there. I'm sure there's a couple others who might be knocking on the door.
He just set a 44.1. It's not very far off. It's a fairly close qualifying session up until now. We'll see if anyone can challenge that 43.9. Of course, 2 minutes 26 seconds remaining.
Qualifying's always important, but in these sprint formats, it's the name of the game. You want to get as far ahead as you can from the start. This qualifying really matters for these guys, because after that it's going to be everybody going flat out from lap 1, and that's going to be not impossible to overtake, but coming up through everybody pushing 100% is really tough to make your way through.
Yes, indeed, and that really got himself. Fred Fillion has returned to the pits. Not entirely sure what's happened there. I just got him a yellow flag. I guess he's just done with his laps for now. Don Bailey about to complete his final lap. Bit weird. I think he's on the fuel because oh, never mind. That's what he said. So who's at? I think Yaris is at 1%. Oh no, never mind. He is actually going to stop. So my display is doing something very funny at the moment.
We got a car in the wall there off a turn.
Oh no!
I think that was turn 5. Yeah, that's a tricky uphill left-hander exit, and a 43.8 now from Jacob. So
yeah,
pouring it on, put it on these guys, not giving them any opportunity to get their times.
Also trying very slowly. I imagine he's had a spin at turn 5. The same tricky uphill left-hander. Just
Yeah,
catch up
between the
time.
uphill left-hander and then the downhill hairpin after it, that's just such a tricky section. And even if you're just a little bit wrong with your inputs on that hill or the downhill braking zone, if you miss it by a meter, it really hurts you on the clock, and you bleed time really, really. Just can't stop bleeding it through that sector until you get turned around. And then the hairpin's so awkward by the time you're infuriated and you want to make up time and you hit the gas too early, then the car's around backwards and you've completely ruined the lap.
Yes, indeed.
It is a frustrating sector. Again, this is a tricky track, There's a lot of technical sections here. I think you're going to see, as much as you're going to see people pushing, it's going to be opportunities through other people's mistakes. I mean, that's the name of the game for racing, but here, some of these corners, they just invite mistakes.
Yes, indeed. Check flag is out. Hans Montes, probably not going to improve after that spin. Let's see, who else is crossing? P25, that's Mr. Maximum Angry. All-time name. Yeah, we'll see these last laps, how people are doing. That's a 148.3 for Angry. Next to cross the line, Greg Katadurian, or Greg Catch, as he likes to call himself in the game apparently. Coming through the final corner. And 145.1, that's interesting. I usually expect him to be a little bit further up the training space, but okay.
Well, let's see what his last lap. It's not purple in any sector.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Maybe the last one. 44.76. It's still a great time. Yours has pipped Jacob for pole. I don't know if we caught that, but right now those guys sort of in a class of their own. Top of the field, a pair of 43.8s. Greg rounded out the top 3 spots on a 44.7. So like I said, we're going to have some battles.
Yes,
from P3 down to P6 covered by just 0.2. It's especially close from P3 to P5, cut all of them on a 44.9. So intense action here in the qualifying section, so people can get a good placement for that start.
Yes, indeed. We've had 2 cars that have not gone out to set a time. This is Dennis and Adam. And then there's of course myself, just taking up a grid slot. So we can go up from the back. Nick Johnson in P26. And up to McLean, Fillion, Montes, Angry, Justin Rand, Preston Parenti in P20. David Carter, Dan Gomez, Alexander Yuri. I hope I'm not butchering these names, sorry. Alessandro Guevara, Willie Mangrum in P15. Going up, Ricky Swaby, David Saint-Germain, Philippe Brezeau, JP, Louis Gendron, Cyril Fortin, Josh Popov, Donwan Bailey, Jeffrey Eroyan. I'm sorry, I never get his name right. Dakota Botello, Michael Landry, and our top 3, Greg Katadurian, Jacob Palmieri, and Joris Butkus. This is going to be an interesting one to watch, so please stay with us. While our drivers are lining up, I would like to indulge in a little bit of shameless self-promotion. Of course, tonight we're running the inaugural round of our sprint championship, as you can see on the right there. We run it every Wednesday at this time, 30-minute races, as we've seen. And 1x fuel, 1x tires, and no tire warmers. We also host a multi-class championship on Thursdays with a slightly longer runtime of 55 minutes, and would also use the LMP2 UR, the unrestricted LMP2, so almost hypercar pace, which creates an interesting conundrum of the layer of multi-class racing as well as strategy, especially because we have 2x fuel and 2x tires. We do try to encourage a two-stop, but we will see how our drivers tackle these conditions. But yes, please do register. The links are in the description to our Discord and our SimGrid. We do highly recommend joining the Discord and doing a little bit of reading first, just to get a sense of where you are. And with that, let's head back to the broadcast. As we wait, we do have about 20 seconds, so we can do some quick shout-outs in the chat. Doobie Snacks, Brian Crane, of course, our dear leader, Fide, Andrew Canelli, Season 2's champion, Mickey Rooney, Carl Contude, and Mr. Azuki Fly. Hello there. Mickey, yeah, thank you. That screen change was honestly it was a bit of a last-minute change, but yeah, I'm really glad how that came out.
Formation lap has started.
Canelli is gonna crumb. Rick Pixel, hello there. Nice to see you, sir. Or madam, I don't judge or assume.
We have one person pulling for honest here, so we got some fans in the chat. Well, it looks like we got some action. Here we go.
Alrighty, so let's switch over to the TV camera. Luca Palmieri and Euroswet is leading. There are a few guys in the group. Oh no, everyone's taking the start. No one's pedaling starting this one. Just pulling up to the start-finish straight and waiting for those lights to go green.
Would be any second now.
Yeah, this track has an unusually long straight line section where they stay at 60 kph.
Nice to the back of the field, can get lined up.
Yeah, it's looking very clean so far.
Green flag.
Green.
Here we go.
Are racing.
All right, looks like a pretty
Sarge.
good jump here from the leaders.
Yeah, the leaders side by side. Oh, little, almost contact there, I think. And oh, we do have a drive-through penalty for JP, I believe. But everyone making it through turn 1 okay, according to my track map. Going to turn 3, that's where it gets a little bit spicy. Let me see a few more. Everyone seems to have gone through okay. Okay, this is a great start.
Jacob a little bit elbows out there on the start there with Joris, and you know he made the Mercedes as wide as he needed to be. It was might have been a tad aggressive, but I think it was pretty fair. First lap, you know, you're given a little bit of grace here to leave some room, but there's also opportunities. So I see there Dustin having a little bit of problem on the outside of the hairpin, and he's going to lose a couple spots here.
Yeah, again, the tricky conditions in the first lap, as we said a couple of times now, the cold tires. JP has a drive-through penalty. Not sure how he's only run his trucks. Must have been a start position thing, I'm assuming. Ooh,
It can be, and instead it's easy at the back of the pack. We don't like that long straight. Oh, contact!
Oh, and the Max Verstappen BMW first out. That's, I think, Alessandro Guevara getting e-sported off, as we like to call it every once in a while.
JP having a little bit of a moment there between two cars, get one in the back and get shoved in the one in the front, and here he's still getting
going at it into turn 15.
He's serving that penalty now. George pumps in the fast lap here. They're just going to spend a few laps, like we said, getting these tires up to temperature. So expect those times to keep dropping for the next 5.
Tim Botello and Greg Castagrini were going side by side into turn 1 for a minute there. I think Botello-wise, I think it was Greg backed out of it, and then Dakota kind of gave up the position at the next corner. But yeah, good feisty start, but no major incidents so far. I know the instant I'm going to say that, there's going to be a massive pileup in the turn 5. But
Oh, you have laid the broadcaster's curse upon everybody. What have you done? As we say that, we're going 3 wide down into the hairpin.
Oh, and we have a yellow for JP. Look, we have Spawn coming out of the pits. It's gotten going now, but let's go back here real quick. So that's Nick Johnson.
That's going to be an off track against Nick there. Come on, Nick, keep it on the track.
Oh no! That's Fred Fillion. Oh no! Turn 8 has claimed its first victim of the night. Won't be the last.
It was a half spin, so we'll give him a half save at the same time, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't all the way around.
Indeed.
He definitely lost some time though. He's gonna have his work cut out now to catch up to the back. But I'm sure we're gonna see some opportunities here. Look at the track map. It looks like a train from P3 all the way back. The leaders have sort of broken away, and I guess we kind of expected that based upon the qualifying times. But it looks like everything from P3 back is open for business.
Some drafting going on. Dakota Botello using that McLaren straight line speed a little bit. He's closing up.
Greg is making that Mustang wider than it looks.
And it's already very wide to begin with, so that's something.
Now here's the corner that we were just talking about. That corner that leads down to the stretch. It's so tricky to get the power down there, especially when the tires are cold. Let's see who gets a run. Well, they all managed to get off the corner really well.
Really? That McLaren is not happy.
Great car control from Dakota, but that's going to back him right up into the clutches of Donovan.
Yeah, indeed.
And Cyril's right there. I mean, he's hanging on the back of Donovan, just waiting for a door to open. 30 minutes. You don't have a lot of time. You gotta be opportunistic.
David Carter has gone off at turn 8. Oh, that looks. I was reading the timing power earlier, and there was a gap that closed and then opened up really quickly. Could that be a tire bomb that's gone wrong?
Oh, let's hope not. The Canadian Corvette there got a little off track. Let's just hope it was no contact involved from that incident.
Yes, I do hope so too. Let's see, who else is close right now? We've got a few people about to get a run on the straight. Sandro Guevara, after getting a little bit of a hit check at the start of the race, is now catching up to Dan Gomez. He's got a nice long straight to see if he can make a run.
Yeah, he put a wide entry on that last corner and really turned it down. Kind of beat the corner off and see what kind of run he can get. That McLaren is tough to get past on the straight.
Yes, it is.
That's not going to be there for him right there. If there's any opportunity, it opens up here into the hairpin.
Gomez is keeping it clean. Let's see the practicing people out.
Good job by Dan here, staying steady.
Not buckling under the pressure. We've got a yellow flag. It's Maximum Angry. He has stopped on the track, or off the track, I should say. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Unfortunately, the replay system means we don't really have the time to go back and look. Oh, look, he's got it going again.
He's got it going again? Yeah. Well, maybe it was a IT problem.
Maybe, yeah. You do have it from time to time. This battle for P5 has not pulled off while they're in the way. Dakota Botello still holding off Donovan Bailey, and so Portimao. It's going to be interesting. I guess people now have started to settle in a bit after the initial chaos. We have our train set up. Just waiting for an opportunity now, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know if it caught it. It looks like Michael Landry did slip by Greg Cacciatorian.
No, I think they started in that order. Landry was...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was about 275 for top of the race, and 1.3 seconds off Jacob and the lead. Well, let's see how that gap develops over the race. So far, Jacob seems to have got this under control. Even though
he's got his 1 second, and if that's comfortable for him, then he can manage it from here. But you know, when you got a guy behind you putting in fast laps of the race, it's tough to stay calm.
Yes, of course. Landry has kind of fallen off a little bit of these two. JP? Oh no!
Oh, another problem for JP.
What happened there? As I say that, we had a little battle pop up.
My guess would be he spun it coming out of the tight left-hander in the last sector.
Yeah.
It is a corner that doesn't. You feel a little bit of camber and it invites you to get to the throttle early, and then the track kind of falls away from it, and it's easy to lose the rear. These guys are going nose to tail.
Yeah, apologies
Good
for
battle
that.
here
I was
from
watching that.
Alexander.
Yeah, that was tense. For just watching these three.
We're not done yet. Hang on. We got McLaren's going to have an inside line.
Oh, that's William Angrim and the Kirby Porsche trying to make it around the outside. I think he's got it.
Now that's a move. What a move by Willie. He's not done yet. He might have another one in him before the lap's done here. This is good. Oh, there we go.
He's sending it. He's sending it.
Fair held his line.
It's going to be the outside for 14, but he does have the wider entry.
Right. Yeah, let's see if he sets him up. Yeah, it's a great exit.
Oh, that is a brilliant exit. My God, no contest. It's done in before 15.
Also, power moves there by Willie.
Yeah, just saw the advantage, and you know, the old adage, if gap car, and sent it. And very clean too. Good job. That's not easy.
Yeah, no contact. We'd love to see it. That's what we want to see here. Fierce battles. Close, but not too close racing.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, these cars do have fenders, so we don't mind a little tab or door to door, but we definitely don't want to see the worst.
A little rubbing that's just part of racing. Yeah, they're very, very clean. That happened these times. Front, not much has changed. Our top 7, I want to say, are in the... Okay, no. So Sarah Fortan has moved up 2 positions from the start. Oh no, you're right, Jesse, sorry. Greg did get overtaken by Landry. I must have missed it. My apologies.
Yeah, I think he got by Landry at the start, but Landry made his way past, and they've just been sort of tucked up with each other. I don't know if they are racing or if they're just trying to hold position. I mean, Dakota and Donovan are so close behind them, they can't go too slow. They're going to be in their clutches.
Yeah, Landry's not, I think, trying to hold off Greg Cassidy a little bit. Greg looking for that wide entry, 14, just to try and set up any sort of run. Mustang is pretty good in a straight line, so I imagine, Landry going a little bit wide of the apex there. I wonder if this could be the move.
We did run the Mustang for a Le Mans endurance event, and I mean, it wasn't slow down the straightaway. I think it's got as much pace as the rest of them. No opportunity there for Greg, but I'll tell you what, Dakota did get a little bit closer than McLaren, and he's got, you know, Donovan right in his hip pocket, and then Cyril behind that. So I mean, we've got 5 cars in a great battle for the last podium spot.
Ricky Swaby's lost a couple of positions. Did say he's out of control, but he seems to have gained it pretty well. He's coming out of the last corner. Dan Gomez is being sniffed up a little by the Lexus of Western Pirelli. Let's see. Russ McQueen, Dave Carter, and Dustin Rand all following the green Corvette of Hans Montes. Look how few battles going on. Let's take a minute to go back and check in on the chat. A couple of honest supporters. Can you enable the gap on car? Oh yeah, of course. My apologies. These working, gaps working. Yeah, so there we go.
Oh, the Waz is in the chat.
Waz is in the chat.
Waz is in the chat. Tell him to give us some. Waz, give us some audio feed notes here. How we sounding? Be critical.
We're going side by side out of turn 8. David Carter and Russ McQueen really going at it, having a little bit of a bump. This is some good racing. Oh, and he's going to tuck in. Oh my god, I hope this ends well. Yep, they have made it work. Yeah. Oh, but
trust in the netcode gods. That's that tricky section.
Yep. And McQueen has the position for now. but we'll see if David Carter can maybe make another move back.
Dustin Rand's right behind him. He can't get too out of sorts, or Dustin's going to be right there to pounce on that one.
Yes, indeed. Russ McLean, by the way, has gained 5 positions. I think that's our joint second highest? No, joint third highest. Our biggest gainer so far tonight, Nick Johnson, has gained 10 positions from his qualifying. So, that's pretty good.
Well, I don't think he did qualify, did he? So he
did that one. Yeah, I think he spun on his first flying lap. Oh no!
Speaking of spinning, we got cars going left and right.
Nick.
The commentator's curse is real.
Oh no, that's David St. Germain, I think. He's just gone going again.
I wonder if David lost it and then Nick lost it in reaction, because that is such a hang on to it section in turn 1.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much curb on the inside or something. That Lamborghini easy to unsettle. We just run it for 4 hours of Portimao. Yeah, it's not an easy car to keep in control.
Yeah, we're running the full 10 cars in the Monsel, just for fans out there who aren't sure what they're looking at. So the Lamborghini is from a previous season, but we're including it with the current pack of cars. And then of course you have, all your typical likes of German flavor and Italian flavor GT3s, even some Americana, and we even have the Lexus from Japan. So wide assortment here of GT3s in the field. They're in small spec. We got a car sideways, never a dull moment.
Ricky Swaby, that one. That's a great name, by the way, Ricky Swaby.
Some of these cars have reputations, and the Lamborghini is one of them.
Yes, indeed. Lamborghini, very fast, I've heard, in like the esports and alien level competitions, of course. Any split one lobby turns into a Lamborghini spec race on most of the tracks, or the Porsche. But yeah, for the, well, I don't want to call them slow, but, for the less experienced drivers, it's quite a handful to work with. Myself included. So,
I think we call that a narrow operating window.
That is indeed what we call it. Oh, that's Dustin Ryan.
Oh, Dustin with a big send!
And, oh no, Carter spins.
I bet David had to lift for it in the back end. He did a great job keeping it from going around on him. Once the tail starts to go around,
Johnson is also sending it. That Corvette is just like...
David's getting swarmed here.
He is. I was looking for the right word. Oh my. Oh, that's...
Well, when you got 30 cars on a track, this isn't a terribly big track, right?
And Nick Johnson's gone off. What did I heard?
Oh, Nick might have had a moment.
That might be a technical issue more than anything.
He's still to the pits. That looks like it's probably going to be the end of Nick's night. He had a promising run going there from the back of the pack, and then looks like a couple spots of trouble for him.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. He was our biggest gainer of the night as well, but...
Yeah, we're about halfway into this race now. Why don't we run him down from the front?
Yes, sir. I've got Jacob Palmieri getting very close to Joris Butkus. It's just showing up on my timing tower. So behind them, Michael Landry about 11 seconds back, still holding up this train of cars. Well done, sir. That is great.
And I think it's the same order, right? It's still Landry.
It is still the same order.
Dakota, Donovan, and Cyril are all tucked up nose to tail. P3 through P7.
And then from 8 timers, Steffi Ryan and Josh Popoff, the 2 Ferrari boys. Oh, that's a great livery. Still a bit, I think it's still an in-progress one. If I remember what Popoff told me.
We're gonna build it as the season goes.
Yes. Indeed. Well, in 10th place, Louis Jean, I think. So that's 2 of the Montreal Racing Team Porsches in the top 10. So good showing from them.
Nice.
Behind them, the Kirby Porsche of William Ingram, sniffing, trying real hard to channel Zinner Kirby there and suck up the gap.
Willie's had 3 great moves this race already. Let's see if he can put another one on.
Yes, sir. 4 positions up from where he started as well. So one of the big gainers at this race. Behind him is another Porsche 10, 11, 12, Alexander Uri. Dan Gomez and the McLaren now being caught up by Preston Parenti. going to stay on this battle for a little bit, but I will tell you the order as we go along. Unless something happens here. I feel like something's about to happen here. Oh
Yeah,
my, that is a late defense. Wow. Okay, getting spicy. But
Willie's real close here. Let's see if he gets the run.
he is getting something of a run.
I think he's close enough for draft.
I think he's close. Is it going to be ascended to turn 1, or is he going to wait until 3? No, he's going for it.
I don't think he's waiting.
He's going for it.
I don't think he's waiting.
He's got the overlap. He's
Last of the late
keeping
breakers,
it, but
as they would say.
he hits the curb. No. That's unfortunate. But still trying to get something out of this.
Good on Louis, though. That was a terrific hold around the outside. That's off.
Switching back.
Oh my God!
There's the corner. That is naughty, sir.
Louis couldn't stay in it. He did not have the line to stay in it, and it opened the door. And here comes Willie.
Yeah, and Willie's got them done.
I'm going to have to ask Willie twice. No, you open the door. He's going right through.
I wonder what's happening with Louis. Did he lift there because he got track limits and didn't want to risk getting a drive-through?
I think he took turn 5 a little shallow, which Willie did a better job of setting up and being able to stay flat as they exited the corner. Louis was compromised, and Willie had the optimal line, carried that advantage down in the hairpin, and just outbraked him. It was a great move from Willie. Nothing Louis could do.
Yeah, that's true. And Louis might be at the risk of losing another position. He's getting a lot of interest from Alexander Yuri from behind. He's defending very, very hard indeed.
And just for those watching, the leaders are still way out front.
Yeah, there's about an 8/10 gap between Jacob Palmieri and Joris Butkus. And behind them is about a 12-second gap, and that train from 3rd to 7th has not changed position.
Yeah, the aliens have reached the next galaxy.
Yes, indeed.
We'll keep an eye on how they end up, but that race could come down to the last couple laps here. But this Porsche battle has been really fun to watch.
Yes, indeed. Porsche is always something. They are always lively. They give you something in these races. You never know what to expect, though. As Alexander Yuri
I'm a little biased, but I really enjoy it.
Yes, indeed. I don't blame you. Well,
for those not understanding, that will be the car I'll be driving tomorrow night when OOFS has its multi-class race, which will be the same track, about the same time of night, but we're gonna sprinkle in some LP2 cars and extend the timer and up the tire wear and fuel usage and have ourselves a little simulated enduro.
Yes, sir. Always a good race.
What's your weapon for tomorrow?
It's gonna be the Lexus. I do have a
JDM in the house.
JDM in the house, indeed. Toyota would rather you not call it a JDM. It's an American brand, excuse me. Of course, yeah, Lexus. I'm rocking a little bit of a special livery for this one. This season. Oh, speaking of special, Alexander Yuri managed to do something special there to get alongside, but Louis Gendron still holding him off pretty well.
Opportunity to cross it over here, but he didn't take it. Rather, he's just staying close to the last corner. A good strategy. See if he can take him into one, just like Willie did.
Sir,
Willie actually had the move done in 6, but I think that battle into 1 opened up the opportunity. Let's see if it happens again.
Yeah, he's getting real close here.
He's there. He's there.
Oh no, he's backing out of it. Smart. Choosing life.
That is the second time Louis has hung it around the outside of turn 1 and held off both attacks from Willie and Alexander. So great driving by Louis there. That's a tough spot to be in for turn 1, and he's made it both times.
Yeah, I had to wonder if that sausage curb at the middle of turn 1 is to blame, because drivers get nervous as they approach it. So actually hanging it around the outside might have a psychological advantage, if not a physical one.
I mean, in theory, right? You're hanging around the outside. If you get it wrong, you've got runoff. Oh, this is the battle up in
P19.
P19.
It is the closest battle I see on track right now. Oh, okay, yeah, the top
Battle
seven are
of the
still-
mid-engines. We'll change it up from the rear engine battle, the mid-engine battle here. Dave and his Corvette. And he's got Ricky and David right on the tailpipes.
Wait a minute. I don't think that McLaren is on the same lap. That's Fred Philly? Is that Fred Philly? No. Who's that? Oh, no, that's Philippe Brisseau in 24th. He's a lap down.
So we have a lap break. Okay.
Yeah, we have a lap around there, but... Oh. He is trying to get something out of here. But Dave Carter holding his own through turn 8 pretty well.
I mean, look at these guys mixing up the P20. For P20, they're racing.
They are racing indeed. And that's exactly what we want to see, right? Like, just don't worry about the position. Like, the racing is what really matters. Granted, of course, there will be different levels of battling, with the faster guys versus the slower guys, but we all want to have fun at the end of the day.
Well, what we're seeing is the natural pace coming through in the field, right? So, cars of similar speeds now are getting real close to each other.
Oh no, Dave Carter losing the position there. He might get unlocked as well.
Ricky sends it up.
Yeah.
Big move by Ricky there.
Yeah, I was inspired, but well done making it work.
These cars might not look like they're moving around a lot on screen, but I can tell you in those cars right now, these guys are working. They've been working for 25 minutes, so they got 5 minutes left.
Well, a few more battles up front. Preston Pirelli has been behind Dan Gomez for a few laps now. Gap has stayed within about a second, so we'll see how that develops. Meanwhile, this train still going on. Dakota Padilla has dropped a little further back, but Donald Bailey, all these guys are spaced out a little, but Greg
There's a little bit of gap there behind Greg and Michael have pretty much held their pace and they're pulling on the guys in front just a little bit. It's still a great showing from Dakota, Donovan, and Cyril, though. It's a great pace.
That it is. Let's see if we got... So David Carter, Justin Parenti. The other one is Alexander Uri, but he's still behind Louis Chevron. That's the Porsche battle we were... Yeah, this is the one. Now, for the lead of the race, we have not forgotten about them, but they have been playing a high-speed game of chess so far. Joris Butkus definitely has a pace advantage. Jacob Palmieri actually invalidating his last lap, I think pushing a little hard now. Okay, why?
I wonder if Joris is just getting the benefit of the draft for the fast laps, because it looks like he's just holding that 1 second gap to him.
Has lost control, if my camera recall right. Oh, the battle for P20 has reached a conclusion. May not be the conclusion that David would have wanted, but it has a conclusion. Hans Montez. Oh, these guys. Oh, hello. Ricky Swaby once again going at David Carter, so there must have been some incident up ahead, and Ricky Swaby has lost position. He has gone off track a little bit into making that move, but I don't know if the game's going to flag that and tell him to get the position back. That's interesting.
That warning comes up pretty fast in game. You would want to give the position back sooner than later, so I would think that he didn't get that warning.
Well, it doesn't appear that way. Greg Castorian and Michael Landry.
He's using all the exit of that last corner to see if he can get a sniff of that Lamborghini.
Yeah, Michael Landry has done incredibly well to hold off that Mustang, the Proton Hunter's livery car versus the Iron Lynx Lamborghini. Michael Landry, pre-race, when I asked him, said, "I'd rather not spend time making the livery. I need to spend time learning how to go fast." I've known Michael for a while, and I thought, he's got to be bluffing. But looking at the top two, these guys are bluffing fast enough too. Oh, Greg Castor going real late on the brakes.
He probably was in so far in the ABS. He didn't have any pedal left.
It did look like it. They're really going at. Oh wow! He is really taking
all the track.
Oh, he is.
He's got a good run.
Is he gonna
It's
stick
gonna be hard
crest?
to do it here. This is tough.
Yeah. Oh, he's gone trying around the outside, but just kind of misjudges the braking. But now he's
Let's see the
got
switch over.
switchback is on.
I don't think it's gonna be on into the hairpin here. I think Michael's got enough
Unless,
to cover it.
Yeah, that Lamborghini is making up for what it might lack in top speed with a bit of braking efficiency. That's how I like to call it. Just about denying that Mustang any reasonable opportunity. They are close once again.
Greg is making his presence known.
Yes, he is. He's using the flashers a little bit there, I think.
just filling that Lamborghini up full of mirrors.
The top two battle. Oh, what has happened here? Jake Palmieri has lost the lead. He's 5 seconds off of Yoris.
Oh, we did. Wow, he must have had an incident. We missed it.
An incident.
Apologies
I can go
to
back.
the fans out there.
Yeah,
I didn't see what happened.
I could try and go back and look, but I feel like, we're only about a minute left. Maybe we can look back at that after the end of the race or something. But alert. He is going very slow, by the way. He's lost about 8 seconds. I wonder if he's out of.
There's some damage here on the right rear.
Maybe a suspension issue.
Maybe there was contact and he knocked a wheel out of alignment, or
Could be.
Yeah, they could be limping a broken car right now.
Yes, we will.
He's still in second. Luckily, he has a long gap back to Michael in P3. He should be able to just lift this home in 2, but that's going to put Joris back in the top spot.
Yeah, Joris is now, barring any unfortunate incident, Joris is probably pretty much unchallenged for this win now. And but I would be interested to see if these guys catch Jacob, because that might get in the way. Because technically he's for position. He does not have to move over. So it'll be up to them to navigate safely. And try not to lose the position.
On the last lap, are these guys on the white flag, or are they getting the white flag?
No, they are getting the white flag, I think, because Jacob's really slow.
Oh, he's going to lose spots 2 and 3. Here we go.
Yeah,
Jacob's
Greg was really
slow.
closing up. I think Michael slowed down a little more than was necessary to dodge Jacob there. But he has held it. I think caught more by surprise than anything intentional, but of course, we'll see how this battle goes.
This is now the battle for P2.
Yeah.
I wonder if that changes Greg's mind a little bit about getting onto a podium.
No.
He's now on the podium.
Still on the podium.
I don't think it changed his mind anyway. He's still right on the tailpipe of Landry.
Yeah, he still wants to win this battle.
Let's see if he can outbrake him.
No, he does not, but he does get a good switch back.
Michael spins it!
No, that is not how we wanted this to end.
A stone in the pond.
Oh no! All the way down from 2nd to 7th. That is devastation for Michael Landry. But Greg Kachadorian gets the position that he has fought for so long. Although probably not in the way that he intended.
I didn't see any contact there. I think Michael just took a defensive line, rode the exit out, and was on the throttle too soon. Trying to cover off the over/under from Greg.
Yeah,
it's a tricky corner, that one. Tough to get the power down. As you see, Michael couldn't.
Yeah. The last lap bringing up quite a lot of chaos as battles conclude. But through them all, Joris Butkus is your winner of Season 3 Sprint Race 1. And
congratulations, Joris. What a heck of a drive, man.
What a drive.
What a drive. Yeah. Greg coming across the line here should have enough for P2.
P2, indeed. Just
great job, Greg.
Kicking up the pebbles at the pits for celebration. Dakota Botello coming in 3rd. Oh, very close finish for
Dakota's going to shuffle up to P3. Good on him.
Yeah, Dakota keeping it down and slamming it into the wall in celebration. That is one way of doing it.
Cyril, a very quiet but a very well-earned P5. Just hanging on, watching that battle in front, paid dividends with a couple late last lap incidents. Jeffrey Royan's going to bring it home 6th. Landry's going to finish 7th, pop off at 8th. Willie Mangram's going to all the way up to P9. What a great drive for Willie. Alexander's going to end up 10th. Louis 11th.
Jacob Palmieri, unfortunately. Yeah, just
Is he
about
just
managing
now,
to win home. Yeah, he's
just now
just
getting
crossing
across the line? All the way to
Yes.
P14. What a disappointment. Led the 99% of the race.
Yeah, but it always comes down to that last lap. And
Or
this
do we
way,
think we had a VE problem? Do you think maybe he...
No, he has plenty. So my display says 40%. Unless, of
Okay.
course, Elmi's telemetry is messing with me again. But yeah, behind him, Dustin Rand in 16th, Ricky Swaby in 17th, David Carter in 18th, Dan Gomez, and Hans Montes make up the top 20. Behind them, Fred Fillion, David Saint-Germain, Maximum Angry, and Philippe Rizzo are your final finishers. The rest, and Nick Johnson and JP, your retirements, and the rest did not starts. So what do you want to
Great
do?
showing for the first week.
Yeah, great show. So do we want to do interviews,
28
then
cars.
look at the incident between P1, P2, or do we want to look at the incident first and interview?
Let's go look at the incident first.
Alrighty then.
Let's not keep the viewers waiting.
Indeed. So yours.
We need to know what happened.
If Alameda's replay system will cooperate with me. Yes.
It's a big if.
Yeah, it's a big if. Early access things, folks. Please stand by. So coming up to the final corner. Okay. So nothing so far. Oh, there is a blue flag that I have to clear. That's okay. Oh, hello. What was that?
He was just. Did he just let him go? I think he just let him go. He lifted.
No, he's braking at quite the right point. Yours, very late brake. I don't think Jacob saw it coming. Let's look at his inputs real quick. Car status. He is lifting.
No, he's on the brakes early. Yeah, he's on the brakes real early. Yeah, he's.
That might have been
something's up.
Yeah. Maybe you might be right. You might have a VE issue. Yeah, just.
I wonder if he ran into a VE issue. They're late.
Yeah. Great livery, by the way. Lulu Racing Mercedes.
Very sharp. Yeah, the setups are open, so I mean, it's possible he could have underfueled or under ratioed the car.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Yeah, we don't see the fuel settings in spectator mode, unfortunately. So, that's tough. That is a tough pill to swallow. Jacob Palmieri, who like we said,
clearly there was no contact there.
Yeah, that is rough. Alrighty. So,
well, we've seen that happen in races before. It'll be a learning opportunity for Jacob, and it creates a winning opportunity for yours.
It did. All right.
Them is the break sometimes, right?
Them is the break sometimes. Alrighty, folks. So let's call in our top three. So that's Joris. Hello there. Then where's Greg? And Dakota. Gentlemen, welcome to the post-race interviews. So, congratulations on a great drive from all of you. Let's start off with you, Dakota. Fairly quiet race for you there, but looks like you just stayed back and applied the good old principle of if you want to finish first you got to finish.
That's right. Sometimes you just have to keep it on the black stuff and see what happens in front of you.
That is true.
Yeah, you had a view, I would say, of some pretty good battles going on in front of you. Were you content to stay there, or did you want to get in and mix it up?
Look, I tried. I sent it on Greg in T1, and he cut me back, and I think after that I just decided that we were going to lose too much time battling, and I wanted to see what happened in front of me. But I almost drove off a few times because I was interested in what was going on in front of me.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, Greg. Nice drive. A great battle with Landry. We were watching that, and holding on to the edge of our seats there for a while. Unfortunate to end it that way. Tell us how you feel about your race today.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Especially considering that most of my practice this season will be in the P2. There were a few issues with the Mustang setup that I couldn't fix, like how to make it through the last turn. He would just everybody would just pull away from me there, but it seemed like everywhere else I could kind of hang with people and capitalize on a few little wiggles from Landry, but that was fun. I mean, that was intense. Like I would check the relatives every now and then, and could see like 3 through 6 or 7 were all within about a second and a half or 2 seconds for a good bit of the race. So I can't complain. That was a ton of fun. Wish it ended a little differently, but yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Jesse, do you have any questions, or can I move on?
Was there contact into the hairpin, or did Landry just overshoot it a little bit and get a little crossed up on the exit?
Yeah, no, I think it was that. I'm going to look at the replay, but I certainly don't think I touched him at all. I know I was trying to cut a little close because I had to get a better run against the car with mid-engine traction. So, but no, I think he just went a little deep and the car just rotated. Coming from ACC a lot, I think the Lambo is one of the trickier cars to learn this game with. So.
Well, we talked about its reputation, didn't we? About the Lamborghini.
Yeah,
I guess its reputation precedes itself here in this situation. Well, I'm glad there wasn't contact. We didn't see any from our end. I was just curious if something happened from your end. It was a great move, Greg, and congrats on P2.
Appreciate it.
All right, and moving on to our race winner, Joris Butkus. Joris, man, you and Jacob just demolished the field today. So tell us about that, like how that battle was, just matching him, waiting for that opportunity.
It was good. So the beginning was kind of spicy. I feel like I got shoved kind of heavily. But yeah, I'm not sure really what happened later on. It was like I was like really on his ass at the end, and then he just like let me through and nearly lost the car the next corner. It was very confusing. So I have a feeling he may have run out of gas. But besides that, was good. We're doing like lap after lap around the same pace. It was very enjoyable. I was looking forward to the fight with him at the end. But again, something must have happened.
Were you thinking?
Yeah, we were looking forward to yours. we thought it was going to stage up to be an epic battle, and then we were keeping an eye on Greg's position, and all of a sudden, you were gone. You were out by yourself, and we didn't get a chance to see what happened until after the race. It does look like he just woke up and was having a fuel or energy issue or something like that, because he just slowed down immediately. Unfortunate to see it, but it opened an opportunity for you, and congrats on the win.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Alrighty.
Yeah, your pace was relentless, and we did see the incident in turn 1. I think it was a little elbows out racing.
Yeah, it's fine. I got mad in the moment, but then afterwards, it doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah, I think everybody would be fun to go back and look at it and see. I think you guys are both racing hard from the drop of the green flag, and we're both fighting for that spot, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah, besides that, I think my plan was like, I catch up to him like within a couple tenths at the end of last corner, and then try to get him on the straight, because he was definitely losing quite a bit of time on the straight versus me. But again, it ended how it ended. So.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for being part of this interview. You may get back to the general channel, or I can put you there.
Thank you. Thanks for the broadcast, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome. Congrats.
Well, Jesse, that was a hell of a way to start the season. Some good battles. Give us your closing thoughts.
Some epic battles. OOFS put out some promises, and it delivered tonight. We had a great battle for P1, a little anticlimactic at the end, but for 29 out of 30 minutes, that was an intense battle. And the battle from P3 to P7 was just absolutely phenomenal for all 30 minutes. This is just race 1, so we've got a full calendar up in front of you guys. We're going to Le Mans next. I can't be more excited to watch that race. A 30-minute shootout there. Usually Le Mans is an endurance track. You kind of lay back, kick it, and get your endurance brain. But this is going to be a sprint race at Le Mans. This should be action packed.
Yeah, the Mulsanne Straight is going to be some Draft City next week. I can't wait either. Really looking forward to it. And looking at the chats, Dave, Yoris won. Great race from him. Yeah, there was a stop go, Andrew. I forget who it was now. I think it was Dan Gomez. I think he might have run out of V. And thank you guys, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for all the very kind words in chat. It was a pleasure being able to broadcast this to you. And from me and Jesse, we've been OOFS, and we hope to see you for the next race.
Cheers. Have a good night.
And we're off the